alarming message to business. They hit back, claiming Labour couldn't guarantee the funding either. Our transport correspondent Tom Edwards reports.
Gates still closed and the grand opening of the East London line put back a week. TfL say due to delays to safety checks. With accusations from all sides of using the new line for electioneering, Labour still turned up, claiming credit and pointing the finger at the Tories over Crossrail.
The Conservatives are offering Londoners weasel words on Crossrail. We are offering an absolutely unequivocal commitment to go ahead with the construction, which will be complete in 2017.
We have spent hundreds of millions of pounds already. If the Tories get in and say we're stopping this, the cancellation costs will most probably come in somewhere close to £1 billion. So let's just get a commitment out of Cameron and Osborne that we will build this.
Crossrail will make travelling east and west much easier. Construction is underway. The cost, £16 billion. It'll stretch from Maidenhead and Heathrow in the west to Abbey Wood in the east. The Conservatives say they support Crossrail, but even last week the Tory Mayor Boris Johnson couldn't get an absolute financial guarantee from his leader.
There's almost sickening glutinous harmony between me and Dave on virtually all the issues that really matter to Londoners, particularly on the importance of investing in London transport infrastructure.
And today Labour and the Lib Dems seized on a radio interview which clearly spells out what the policy could mean.
I can't give a guarantee that it will continue.
So the other way of looking at it is the Conservatives could scrap Crossrail.
It's possible, but at the end of the day, we've always said that we think it's an important project. Okay. And actually, the reason this is important is we want to be responsible. So we can't pretend that we can write an entire budget outside of government. We've said we'll do one within 50 days of getting into government if we get elected.
The Liberal Democrats didn't even mention Crossrail in their manifesto, although they say they would back the project's funding.
We're shocked, frankly, that the Conservative Party, having previously said they supported Crossrail, have today cast serious doubt on whether this will ever be funded. And I think this highlights that although the Conservatives are pretending they can fund their programme from reducing bureaucracy and administration, the reality is they're looking at cutting really important projects which are vital for London.
The Conservatives say their policy hasn't changed. Business leaders say it does show some financial responsibility. But transport campaigners say all the parties should now spell out exactly what projects they will fund and what they will cut. Tom Edwards, BBC London News.
And Tom's here now. Clearly a lot of anger among the parties. Where does this leave us with Crossrail?
Well, I think the first point to make is that the Conservative policy, I don't think, has changed on this. What some in the party have said to me is that perhaps they wouldn't want it to be spelt out quite as clearly.